What's up, everybody? RagingTurboNerd here. We're gonna jump into Alpine here because in my absolute brilliance, I got Alpine and Ruka mixed up. So I apologize for that. So anybody who watched the first video is going to be extremely confused and wondering what this idiot is babbling on about. Now, in this one, we will also be talking about the golden chest, the high-value target hunt side missions, and we will also be discussing the research defense where you have to defend the head in a jar, which is weird. But anyways, so Alpine here, the snowy map, because I'm just so smart, is by far my favorite of the three maps on offer right now. I like the way it looks. I like the way it plays. There's a ton of buildings to play around in and explore. You can also pretty much parachute from the top of the map to the bottom, which is killer. It is a very fast way to get there. I will also say this. Do not hit a Tempest on a snowmobile. We did this last night. We actually took a jump and landed on top of a Tempest and blew ourselves to high hell. It was hilarious. The Tempests are also extremely dangerous against vehicles because they can essentially EMP blast your vehicle. So be very careful with that one if you guys haven't already experienced that for yourself. Now, the golden chest, which of course tasks you with, of course, clearing it. You have to prove you're worthy by fighting a series of specials and elites and standard zombies. It can be a bit spicy. It can be a little bit tough. It can be kind of hard if you're not prepared for it. I mean, if it's on your first stage, it's probably not going to be too bad. I didn't have too much trouble with this one. They just dropped a couple of manglers on me, and manglers are kind of child's play at this point. I mean, you just shoot them in their arm cannon and blow them up. The HVT hunt was a little bit more fun. It was a megaton surrounded by plague hounds, which looked really cool. Like when I found them, it was actually really awesome. And of course, a bunch of other special spawns. So that one was kind of tough, but it was fun. Then of course, for your main objective, you have the hidden jar you must defend, which isn't super hard, but you have to be cognizant of the fact that zombies will come in from every direction. And the jar has a lot more health than you might anticipate. I mean, we got pushed off the objective the first time we were doing it and had to push back in and reclaim it. And they did less than a tenth of the jar's health. I mean, so there's opportunities to, there's like give and take. There's push and pull on that one, which makes it a fun objective. Because I mean, there's times where, you know, we were so gung ho on defending the objective, we almost all died. You know, because we were like, we're gonna hold it to our last. It's like, no, let them push you back and then reload, rearm, and rush back in there in, you know, 2 or 3 seconds. It's not a do or die situation at that point. You know, you do have a couple of seconds to, you know, regroup and goose fraba, and then get back in there to, you know, complete the carnage. All in all, I really like this map though. I think the flow is fantastic. It, you know, moves in a really good way. It feels really good. I think there's a good spread to all the buildings and the objectives and all of the different upgrade stations as well. Where Ruka, they feel like there's nothing around them, as I said. Like, that was my big issue with Ruka, is Ruka feels kind of empty, but Alpine here feels much more dense with, you know, all the buildings and all the different things you can do. And then, of course, you know, you do have to be a little bit more careful in certain regards, because the last thing you want to do is go flying through the air on a parachute and hit something and fall to your death, which I will admit happened to me. It was embarrassing, and I'm really glad I was playing by myself when that happened. So yeah, I mean, this is a good map, good mode. I mean, the objectives are a lot of fun, and I mean, I've been having a blast here. I mean, as you guys can see, I'm using the rifle scope on the RPD. Not my best move, but the RPD does have really good hip fire in my opinion. So that really, you know, it's play to your strengths here. I feel like on these maps, because they're a little bigger, you do have to change up your attachments a little bit more, because, you know, when you're playing on close quarters maps, you don't have to worry about, you know, damage drop off and effective damage range and stuff like that. But with effective damage range, it's something that I'm a little bit more mindful of on this map, because I do have a tendency to kind of try and snipe zombies at a distance for fun. And you, of course, you know, an LMG you're not going to notice as much, or probably an assault rifle you're not going to notice your damage drop off as severely. Of course, the zombies kind of come to you. But I imagine something like a pistol or an SMG, you're gonna feel kind of hurt on these larger maps, because if you're reaching out to touch something, you're gonna notice the damage drop off severely. I mean, I noticed the damage drop off on like Deep Machina and Firebase Z sometimes using an SMG. That if, you know, they're more than, you know, like 10 meters away, you're just kind of spitting in the wind and your damage drops off significantly. So there's something to be mindful of when you're playing on these bigger maps. I also find it hilarious that doors do not slow zombies down in the slightest. I mean, they come crashing through like the Kool-Aid Man. There was a door I'd closed to hopefully buy myself time to reload, and he was like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Oh no," and yeah. So just be wary of that. Doors do not slow zombies down for squat. They will just crash through like the Kool-Aid Man, the Juggernaut, the Incredible Hulk. They don't care. They just walk straight through wooden doors with blatant disregard to physics. I mean, they're not really of this realm now, are they? So I guess, you know, physics be damned and all that such. Really hope you guys are enjoying these videos. I hope you guys are having fun with this game mode. As much fun as I'm having anyways. I'm having an absolute blast. So like, comment, subscribe, dislike, come back for more. I mean, I'm just going to keep playing this and keep having fun. I got to work on the battle pass. I'm going to have some content of the new weapons in zombies when that time comes up. I'm currently working on unlocking the machete so I can do a completely ridiculous machete video for you guys, and we're about to have a lot of fun. There's about to be a lot of cool content on the channel, so guys, stay tuned for more, come back for more, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.